Welcome to the Kane and Reloaded show. This your boy 305 Kane.
And it's your boy DJ Reloaded.
Before we get started, I need y'all to smash that like button. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we go live. And don't forget to share it to your friends and family and tell them what we do here at the Kane and Reloaded show. Tonight's topic, we talking about the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd and the riots, the protesting, the looting, and just the whole DA system of not even coming down on the four officers of the situation, or even the officers standing around the situation. Why is there not more action to this situation already? Why is there all the protesting and looting going on in the first place? Why wasn't there something done off the jump from the beginning? Soon as they seen the video that the whole world seen or the whole nation seen, soon as they seen the video, why wasn't immediate actions done other than them being fired? DJ Reloaded, how you feel?
I mean, I think that the reason why you don't see any action taken is because this is what the system of white supremacy does.
Mm.
And the DA, I read an article, the DA was hinting on on the line of there may not be any convictions coming down for the killing of this man, which is crazy and which is sad because at the end of the day, we're tired. People are looting, people are rioting, people are burning buildings down, breaking into targets. People are just tired. When is enough is going to be enough? I mean, we can go down name after name after name, year after year after year. Hell, I was talking to my mom, and hell, this has been going on since she was a kid. It doesn't surprise me that we're having these problems today. We have to get to a point to realize that this system just ain't gonna be for us. Everybody's talking about the people who are looting, people who are rioting. This is what frustration looks like. This is what angry people look like. This is what disenfranchised people look like. People may not like it, and I'm not promoting it by no means, but what I'm saying is people are tired. It's time that the system recognize what's going on, and it's time for the system to change. Now, the sad part about it is the system ain't broken. It's working the way it's designed to work. We have to just come to that grips and terms and realize the system is working the way it's designed to work. So the peaceful protesting, the we shall overcomes. I don't see that working. I don't see protesting being a solution to a better American for disenfranchised people.
So you don't think the protesting that's going on right now, the rioting, the looting, you think that's going to bring any change?
No, I don't think it will. We've seen it before. There was a riot back in the days in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
What was that riot for?
Because of the old boy they had killed out there. I forgot his name.
So
police had killed a big influence to the Miami culture and the Miami city down there, the community, the black community.
And there was a riot, right?
Mm-hmm.
The city burned, right?
Yeah.
They barricade blacks into the black community so it wouldn't go no further, right?
Yes, sir.
And then after that, after the riot came down, after the tension came down, we went right back to the same system. This is a repeat. This movie America have seen this movie before. The question is, what are we going to do to change it?
Mm.
We've been saying it for the last couple of weeks, and people got to open their eyes and see what blacks, we're going to have to save ourselves in this one here.
Preach.
Ain't nobody coming to save us. Ain't nobody going to give laws or legislation to change our situation. We got to change our situation.
Facts.
We got to take it upon ourselves to move different, to view us different, to love us different. And if we ain't gonna do that, then hell, all the rioting, the protesting, the looting, the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X, it meant nothing. Nothing. All I see is a bunch of black people in Hollywood profiting off of our suffering.
Mm. Mm. Say that again. Say that one more time for him, DJ Reloaded. One more time.
All I see is a bunch of people in Hollywood, black people in Hollywood, white people in Hollywood, and politicians profiting off of our suffering. It's clear as day. You take you. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to like point out names, but the civil rights movements. You have leaders around that's leaders now. People can say it's getting better, but hell, this video that we watched Tuesday suggests otherwise. How can it be better when we still being choked out in the streets? How?
How can it be better when you're still begging for your life in front of a crowd of people?
How can it be better? We're still talking about, injustice and qualities. How? We're a disenfranchised people. When we wasn't integrated, we had storefronts. Our dollar circulated in our community. I talked to a lot of elders, and they'll tell you we had stores, we had restaurants, we had our own busing systems, we had our own baseball league, we had our own. That's the point. We begged for a seat at a table and got a seat on the floor with a dog bowl.
Mm.
And when you're crying about a system that's not designed for you, this is what you're gonna get.
Right.
They're gonna take advantage. It's almost like a man who's playing games with a woman. She's trying everything she can do to appeal to this man, to make him feel like she's the one, and still get played at the end of the day.
Still get played.
And that's what we're going through. To know this man was crying out for his mom, his late mom, who passed 18 months ago, while he was being choked out. It's sad. That really broke my heart when I seen the video and I heard from a Houston rapper who spoke about that. That broke my heart. It broke my. This man was crying out for his mom who passed 18 months ago. So at some point in his spirit, when he was saying that he couldn't breathe, and the man just kept his knee on the back of his neck, and they kept the weight on his chest and on his legs. In my mind, he's seen his mom.
Mm.
Think about that, man. This man mom been dead for 18 months, and he's crying out for her. We got to wake up, people. We got to do this ourselves. Ain't no entity coming out of the sky that's in that Bible that y'all read every Sunday is going to save us.
Mm.
If you ask me, that is the curse.
Mm.
They say black folks are cursed. They got to be the curse. The lack of unity, the lack of support, the self-hate, the division that we have amongst each other. Look at what your girl Candace Owens just said today. I wrote it down because I want to quote her in her own words. I wrote it down. Candace Owens says, Black Americans act like trained chimpanzees when a black person is murdered. Excuse my language, man. But bitch, you don't feel no way about this man's life? The Eric Garners, the Tamir Rice. You don't feel nothing. But you just see monkeys. But you act like you're speaking on behalf of black people. This is what I'm saying. Entertainers are making money and profitalizing off of our suffering. Don't give a damn. Fox paying her pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So you think she cares? Hey man, enough is enough, man. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I told, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Very nice voice.
I mean, they protesting in LA, they protesting in Memphis. I mean, like at some point we gotta realize the protesting ain't working. At some point we gotta realize, you know what? Let's help. We were talking yesterday, right? How you in most communities, in our communities, there's you know, the candy lady is gone, right? Something simple as this, right? You support this lady to the point where she can get a side store. Run them A-Raps about it at black community. Why they call it, when they say we hear the word racist, you have to understand the word race is in there. And we ain't winning the race. like y'all can, hey man, it's simple for me. That's why anytime a friend or a homie is doing something, I'm willing to support it. I'm willing to big them up. I'm willing to try to make their idea a brand. I don't care about the profit that they make. I want representation of people that look like me, that have been thrown away and disenfranchised.
Facts.
Just because I can't dribble a ball or sing a song, I don't get the same notice and the love that individual gets. I work hard. I pulled myself out the gutter. I was a part of the prison to school pipeline. Trust me, the education system failed me, but I didn't give up, and I'm not going to give up on my people.
That's a fact.
Talk to me, gang.
Man, when you just look at, I will go back to this point that you touched on. When you just look back into this, been going on forever, man. Now it's camera phones to where everybody can video it and you can see it live action. You got body cams, you got all these situations. But the thing we talked about earlier today too, and the thing I looked into earlier today is a lot of these situations, the conviction rate is very, 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 very low. These guys walk right up out of these situations and they get let scot-free out of these. They get a slap on the wrist, I would say. And my daddy said my pop said this to me the other day. If you was to flip roles in reverse, uh, which I believe a lot of people think this and probably said this too. If you would have put two black men on the back of that pickup truck going to do a citizen arrest on a white jogger who they suspected to be stealing something, what would happen to the men?
They'd have been arrested that same day.
Would the DA be telling the police officers to back up?
No.
Would it matter if they had the same status?
No.
So we can't look at these situations and act like it's not real. We can't act like that was not a situation. Look at the young lady that was in the park that we touched on the other night. She blatantly said, I'm going to put your life in danger because I know things happen to y'all if I say y'all was doing this to me.
Absolutely, man. And speaking of like camera phones and being able to record, why people blaming the young lady who recorded the video, saying that she was looking for social media fame and She was trying to, have her 15 minutes of fame. You can't blame her. I mean, I'm pretty sure she was afraid. The girl was 17 years old. What do y'all expect her to do?
Yeah, I totally agree. And she was there in that situation. I don't think nobody on the internet can say anything to this young lady because they wasn't standing there in that situation. Who wants that type of 15 minutes of fame?
I mean, a misdirect of anger. Wow. I just I don't I just don't get people. Y'all blaming this young lady because she recorded it, because she didn't run and try to tackle the police officer. I'm gonna tell you where that police officer had, this ain't his first run in. They haven't released the information, but this officer had 18 prior complaints against him.
Mm.
I read another article where a young brother, he was definitely in the wrong. He was, it was a domestic violence call to his apartment. He went in the bathroom and was, trying to smoke a cigarette, didn't have a lighter. Police came in the house, bust in the bathroom door unannounced, and he believed it. The same cop that killed Floyd was the same cop who started punching him in the face and then eventually shot him in the stomach.
Mm.
You know, so this police officer have a record, a history that they haven't released of complaints against him. If you ask me, he's a violent man. It looked like he enjoyed choking this man's life out.
Mm.
It really looked like he leaned in a little bit more as the brother was breathing for air. And then you had the old fat pig mayor out in Mississippi. I told you, I don't know. I told you what it was gonna be tonight, right? Out in Mississippi, saying, "How can you? If you can talk, you can breathe. Can you?"
What?
the
Hold on. Let me get back over here. What?
mayor of Mississippi said, "If you can talk, you can breathe." How you feel about that?
Okay. So I'm gonna get a little technical here, huh? You marry a mayor in Mississippi. I'm gonna get a little no, I'm gonna get a little bit of common sense here. Mr. Mayor, sounds like you never wrestled with any cousins or friends or you never got into any of those situations. But let me tell you from experience, okay? I can halfway choke you and you will pass out because it's hard for you to breathe. But guess what? You can still say, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You still can talk to me. Come on at 2:30. You can, but I will make you go to sleep. Right?
But at the end of the day, it just shows the disregard, the lack of care for people that look like me. And I pray for the people in Mississippi, knowing that he's the mayor of Mississippi.
And then the craziest part about it is the man died. Obviously, he couldn't breathe. Was he lying, Mayor? He died. Okay.
I just, like I said, I mean, this story really like burns me up inside, man, because racism has been around in this country for a long, 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 long time. We've been marching, we've been protesting, we've been looting, we've been burning down buildings. You don't have so many people, speak up, try to represent us, um, and everything that we have tried as far as doing it in a way that the system is asking us to do it. I think it's failing. I think that we see for right now in our own eyes that it ain't working.
Man, we've been seeing it wasn't working. And when you say it's failing, it's been failed. I talked to you about this I might have said it on the video, but I know we talked about it offline. I have told you, and we have agreed upon this too, and we discussed this. So it wasn't like I just told you some information that we ain't discussed. But we was talking about this. When you look at when the so-called system, a lot of these laws, a lot of these bills and things that are put in place, they was put in place in a whole different time period that doesn't even apply to what goes on in society in this day and age. And if those bills are not reformed and other things are added and things are taken out, because we know right from wrong, and a lot of people do, we have to get those things reformed and changed in order to get a change. Let's start hitting these police officers in their pockets every time they get into a violent incident. That means you can rough me up, and if I sue you, a minimum of this amount of woo woo woo, just to keep that threat level on them to stop them from even wanting to get into a physical confrontation with anybody, you know. But when you look at the situation, people of my skin color, which is black, everybody know that, but we tend to get attacked a lot of the times. You know, it's not we get apprehended, we get attacked. It's a difference. It's a difference from me walking to the back of your police car and you doing the most and dragging me to the back of your police car. Like, you know, I can get pulled over for driving with no license, and yeah, you go spend a night in jail. But those situations to my skin color can turn into me dying over me trying to, oh, let me get my phone real quick.
Well, I mean, you understand, like society has created a perception of the black man, black woman, as if we're violent, as if we are, you know, as if we just disobey the law and break the law. Society, the music industry has also helped with that as well. Again, is having a conversation offline, and our communities, like I said again, and it's not to bash our community, but it's to point out the truth and the facts about our community. Our communities aren't communities anymore. We don't work together in our communities anymore.
Mm-mm.
And we may work together in a small number, but if you're talking about the way that we used to move around and do things in our communities, we don't do things like that no more.
Mm-mm.
Let's just call that spade a spade. And it's been getting, what I'm saying, worse, worse, worse after different generations. And like I was telling, and I don't mean to point fingers at people, but it is what it is, right? Y'all have to understand how programming work, right? The mental programming work, right? From TV programs to the music we listen to. If all
Mm-hmm.
the music that we listen to today is talking about trapping, killing, smoking weed, and all you see in the streets nowadays is kids trying to trap, smoking weed, and killing, that goes back to the music. That goes back to the images we see on TV.
I was going to say that a lot of the music is probably what a lot of these so-called, afraid white individuals, they feel like what they see in that video or what they hear, they kids listening to, because they kids listening to the damn music, damn near more than our kids listening to it. But when they see all of this guns and everybody ganging and everybody, all of the rappers want to shoot up and kill each other, and everybody want to be gangster everywhere, and everybody on this, like nobody really just doing it for the music, really. As far as when these young cats come in, everybody got to be in the gang. Everybody got to be really thugged out and bout it, and really gonna do this and really gonna do that. And that image right there, I believe a lot of white people take that image and run with it too.
I mean,
And,
let's stop the notion of white people being afraid of black people. They not. They not. We got to stop that notion. I mean, they use that as a reason.
That's the truth.
They you think that them white dudes when Ahmad was running and they were chasing him through the neighborhood, you think they was afraid of him?
Hell no, they was going to get him.
You think that you think that when them police officers pulled George out the car, you think they was afraid of him?
Hell no.
So we gotta stop saying that white folks are afraid now. Yeah, you may see a white woman walking in the park, or getting out her car and she locks her door and she looks back at you. She may be intimidated, but they that fear that we think that they have, that's an illusion that we put in our minds.
But that's why I didn't say the fear that. That's why I said the so-called fear that the white people have of that image. That's why I say they took that image and they try to run with it to try to use it as an excuse for their actions, as if they have to be rough and tough because look at the image you put. They try to use that. I'm not saying that. That's why I said that. I'm not saying they use that as they are afraid, they scared, and they everything is just twitchy. No, that's the image that they try to use as an example of why they feel like they could justify their actions. Oh, this is a big old swole black man, and usually these dudes give me a hard time. So they try to use that fear factor as a justification for what they do. But like you just was saying, let's be real. If you got a badge on your chest, who you afraid of?
You're the biggest gang in America in America.
Who you afraid of? You walk around with a legal weapon on your side, showing everybody multiple accessories to handle whatever situation you need to handle. Who are you afraid of? You got one button that can call 40 people immediately, and everybody getting out the way so they can do what they got to do, and they all coming ready for your backup. So who you afraid of?
Nobody. I mean, I just like to wrap this up by saying to white people, dear white people, I'm not attacking you. I'm not blaming you. I'm not being racist towards you. I'm pointing out the situation that's been going on in America for over 400 years now. Is either something's going to change, or just come out bluntly and say nothing's going to change. To us,
Right.
as far as our community, if we don't use these opportunities, unfortunately, to wake us up, to shake us, to make us come together, to appreciate, to love, to respect each other, then I don't know what's going to do it.
Right.
I don't know what's going to do it. I don't care if Kane have $100 million. I'm gonna give him the same respect that I give him today.
Right.
Let's stop being crabs. Let's be uplifters. Let's build each other up. Let's push each other. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to do better, and it's time for us to stop letting celebrities that look like us, because all skin folks ain't kin folks. Let's stop letting them, profitize off our pain.
Mm.
That's how I feel tonight.
And I just feel like, man, you know, if there's a time, this is the time for us as a community to come together and say, you know what, let's stop worrying about what they doing and let's do what we need to do for us. And like you say to all of our white supporters, Spanish, Indian, this is a disclaimer. It's everybody's not bad out there. And everybody is not the enemy, and there's a lot of crime that go to everybody and things like that. But this video, we're not talking to those people. We're not talking to none of those people. We only talking to the ones that's out here hurting the people in our community for no reason. We talking to them four officers that was standing around when all of this happened, the backup that came. We talked about the other cop that was trying to instigate a argument with the guy that was trying to tell them that they don't need to be doing that. He trained with them, and he know that that is not what they need to be doing. And instead of him trying to get his partner off that man's neck, he wanted to try to instigate something with him, and he wanted to back everybody up and turn their phones off. You know, we talking to those people. Okay, we're not talking to the ones out there that know that this is wrong.
I'm not just talking to the folk cops. I'm talking to any white person that have a racist heart towards anybody that look like me or anybody else. If you feel any way about this video, hey, that's fine with me. I'm not asking you to support me. But if you ain't that individual and you want to see a better world, a just world, hey man, support what we doing. You know, I don't mean to be so blunt tonight, but there's no way I can sugarcoat this cookie tonight.
Enough said. This has been the Candy Reloaded Show. I'm your boy 305 Kane.
It's your boy DJ Reloaded.
Before we get out of here, we need y'all to smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And make sure you hit that share button. Make sure you tell your friends and family about it. We up late right now doing this right now, getting these videos out here to y'all. I'm tired, ready to go to sleep. But we pumped it out. We gave y'all the energy, showed y'all our true feelings in this one. We ain't hold no bars back. DJ Reloaded said he had something he want to get off his mind tonight, so we made sure he got it off his mind. I got a piece of mind off, and you know what? We love all of y'all out there. We love all the support. We reached over 100 subscribers. We got the giveaway going. It's going to be ending on May 31st, so make sure you tune in so you can find out who wins. Peace and love, family.
Peace and love.